face!
Holy God, what are you showing
around
me?
his head!
Come on!
Open your eyes!
So the other day we spoke about the demise of Mortal Kombat 1. Mortal Kombat's been on a downward spiral for quite some time now, and by way of these rumors that come from a person called Fate Unknown, it seems like Mortal Kombat 1 is basically done. Now these are rumors, we don't know 100%, we haven't heard it from the horse's mouth, but Fate Unknown has been known to basically be on the money when it comes to these things. So a lot of people are taking it as gospel. Now again, it's not 100%, but there has been a little bit of an update to that. That's not what I really want to focus on this video. I want to talk a bit about Sonic Fox and his comments on Twitter because I really didn't like what he had to say, and I kind of just want to outline how stupid it is. But before we get to that, I do want to go over Fate Unknown's update, and he's put out a message on Reddit on the Mortal Kombat leaks page, and it says the end. Hello, you may have seen recently I gave the news that Mortal Kombat 1 DLC has been cancelled. This has spread further than the Mortal Kombat community and I do not want the attention, so I am stepping away from leaking. I was going to stay around until Conan and T1000 were done, but I'm going to end it now. I will not have info on future NRS games. For my final post, here is further info about the cancelled DLC. First, Chaos Reign sales were not the only reason. There were multiple reasons the team was pushed to move on, but the sales were just the big reason. The NRS team really wants to do the DLC and are not happy about it, but they have no choice. Second, I do not know what the story stuff would have been. It did not make it far enough for me to learn anything about the details. Sorry. Third, the final combat pack was meant to be 6 characters, 5 Mortal Kombat and 1 guest. Less guests due to a lot of reasons, but mostly as a thank you to the Mortal Kombat fans for sticking with the game. The Mortal Kombat characters were Jade, Cassie, Kung Jin, Sonya and Kano. I do not know the guests, but I am told they wanted to get a highly requested character. That is all. Goodbye everyone. So that is apparently the last time we're going to ever hear from Fate Unknown. I say never. When there's a new Mortal Kombat game, there'll be a lot of hype surrounding it. Somebody will come out maybe under a different name, but as far as we know, that's Fate Unknown done. Now, in terms of the characters they were going to release for this Combat Pack 3, they're not characters that I would personally pick, but they are popular characters, and I'd say they're probably good picks for Mortal Kombat, just to get more Mortal Kombat characters in there in general. I don't think that the Combat Pack should be populated half guest, half Mortal Kombat originals. It should be dominated by the Mortal Kombat characters, but that's neither here nor there. I don't really want to focus on that too much. So as far as we're aware now, Mortal Kombat's done. And then we get an announcement that there's going to be a pro competition. This didn't really surprise me too much. A lot of people saying, oh, so it's not done. I don't think that's the case. I think with the pro competition, that was probably outlined quite some time ago. And unlike content that might cost millions to actually produce and then put out there, I don't think the pro competition is going to cost as much. I don't know all the details. I'm sort of just spitballing there. But I imagine they had this set up already. And this is going to be like a goodbye to the game. That's all well and good. I don't like the pro competition very much, mostly just because I don't like Mortal Kombat 1, so it's not fun to watch. So I'm not going to be tuning into it, but if the players are going to have one last hurrah, then I have no issue with that. The issue really comes from Sonic Fox's tweet, and he got a lot of clapback from the community, and rightfully so. Now, the reason I want to highlight this is that Sonic Fox, unlike everybody else in the Mortal Kombat community, actually has NRS's attention. If Sonic Fox says jump, they will say how high. We heard it from Ninja Killer's mouth himself over on Loose Street's YouTube channel that if Sonic Fox wants something changed during the tournament season, or if he's just not happy with a character or he wants somebody buff, that's going to happen. It's not going to happen for anybody else. Sonic Fox is their guy.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, is it true at all that, like, the top competitive players, like, have any influence or, like, communication or, like, just somewhere you can kind of speak to, like, hey, I think you guys should do this, or, like, is that just, like, a fake myth that kind of exists?
I'm gonna be real, if your name is not Sonic Fox, they don't give a fuck what you have to say about the game. I'm just being honest.
That's crazy, though, because there's so many of the good players at it. You would figure, like, all y'all input would kind of make the game collective as a whole. I
mean, there are, but, like, Sonic, he's, like, the figurehead in our scene. So, like, whatever he says goes, pretty much. If he complains about a certain character, 9 times out of 10, that character is going to be nerfed. If he says a character needs to be buffed, 9 times out of 10, that character is going to be buffed next patch. So, yeah, if we were to say something, it's just one year after the other. But if Sonic were to say something... Because Sonic, he's more close with, like, Ed Boon and, like, all the people, like, in the development team, like, Stephanie and Tyler and David. Like, he's all cool. Not David, Derek. He's all cool with them. So, like, if he has some type of complaint about the game, they will address it and they will fix it just for him. But if we were to say something, oh, fuck it, just go lab.
I don't understand why that makes sense. Hey, they did say that in the most recent Combat Cast, and it kind of fucked me. They was like, instead of complaining a lot about a character, dude, I was like, damn, that's a little bit, they was throwing a little bit of salt with that one. That kind of caught me off guard when they said that.
Now, there's multiple reasons as to why that is. One of the most glaring reasons is obviously that he is the most successful Mortal Kombat player, but there's very obvious other reasons. We don't really need to go into them into this video. It's not the point of the video. The point here is that Sonic Fox put out some stupid tweets and he got clapped back from the community. Now, button check, Ernesto Lopez already put up the tweets of the people that clapped back at him. So I'm not going to go through all of them because quite a lot of clapback. I'm going to focus on the comments made at Loose Streets, who is, as I said, the person that interviewed Ninja Killer, who gave us the information that Sonic Fox can affect change. Now, the first thing Sonic Fox said was, if they announce crowdfunding, then we are so back for Mortal Kombat, oh my god. Now, anybody with any common sense knows that that's not the case. Mortal Kombat 1, even if the rumors are not to be believed, is basically done in the water. Yes, it has been getting better over time, but the player base and the numbers are very, very small. And by proxy, the tournament scene is probably going to be even smaller. I don't imagine the same amount of players are putting the same amount of time into the game just because the game has been dying for some time. And with this announcement, if I was a Mortal Kombat player, I'd be like, I'm out. I'm going to go do something else. And I read it and I was like, first of all, where's the crowd? Where is the crowd to fund this game? Secondly, why would people that feel hard done by NRS and Warner Brothers fund the game to line your pockets? Because let's be honest here. On top of Sonic Fox already being a very good Mortal Kombat player, he is in their ear. So if he wants a character nerfed or buffed, that's probably going to happen. Again, as far as I'm aware, Ninja Killer has no beef with Sonic Fox. He just said it how it is. So why would the players line your pocket? I mean, they're not even getting the game that they want. And now it's being shut down when it's supposed to be getting a little bit better. Why the hell would they go and do something like that? It worked with Mortal Kombat 10 because people liked Mortal Kombat 10. Mortal Kombat 10 was a good product. Maybe it's not for everyone, but I think we can all admit when you look at Mortal Kombat 10, there's a level of love and care that went into that game and it was positively received by the community. So no, Mortal Kombat 1 is not back. Okay, let's not live in a delusional bubble. I don't hate people for liking Mortal Kombat 1, but I don't like it when people talk shit. And that is a load of shit. So Lou obviously tweeted back some common sense and said, MK1 is never going to be so back. It's a dub, bro. Which is, you know, is true. Sonic Fox said, always dooming on my timeline, oh my god. How can you always be dooming if the game has always been shit? If it's always been dead, if people have always been dissatisfied, if we've had to pay for fatalities, if we've had a rotating story, if we've had glitches, if we've had things broken, King of the Hill not working properly, no crossplay on launch, glitches left, right and center. It's always been doomed. Lou is just saying what everybody else is thinking. The game is not coming back. Okay, it's done. Accept it. Embrace it. Lou replies saying, some of us got to tell the truth, which, you know, I don't know why people do this either. I mean, I've said multiple times on this channel, Soul Calibur, Tekken, Dragon Ball, some of my favorite franchises, but you know, if there's shit in the game, we just call it how we see it. It's not that everyone's complaining, it's that the quality of a lot of things has been subpar, and so people have been calling it out. When I look at other games, I look around at what people are doing in other competitive scenes, I don't see them complaining very much, and then I look at the games and I'm like, well yeah, this is good quality, they're giving the players what they want, they're very responsive. Over on the fighting game front, there seems to be some disconnect, so yes, players are complaining, and if you're a Mortal Kombat player like Lou is, then of course you're going to look at this and be like, what the fuck is this mess? This game is a hot mess, it's hot garbage. So he's not dooming, he's just calling it how he sees it. Sonic Fox responds saying, you can be miserable, but leave me out of it, please. Now this is what I hear, this is a low IQ talking point. No one's miserable, okay? No one's miserable. I mean, when this camera turns off, I'm gonna go about my business, probably play another game. We're just talking about the situation, right? The situation is that Mortal Kombat 1 is on its way out, and you said it was so back, which we're not. Okay, now you're the most influential person in the Mortal Kombat scene, and Lou's just basically checking you. Your shit does not float above us just because you're the champion of Mortal Kombat or whatever. You're just wrong. Like that's it. Lou replies saying, it's always funny when you try to big bro anyone who doesn't agree with you after you have said similar things on the same Twitter account. It's all good. You're the best player, so people respect your opinion. Sent you a DM a while back. Check it if you'd like to chat. Lou's being like polite, saying that let's have a conversation about this, you know, it is what it is. Not everybody has to agree with what Sonic Fox is saying, and objectively speaking, there is no argument here. Mortal Kombat 1 is not so back. Again, even if it's not cancelled, even if Fate Unknown is wrong, the game has been dying for some time. I mean, how many times do we have to put up the Steam numbers? And even on the websites that cover PlayStation and Xbox numbers, it's always been low. That's not being miserable. It's not miserable when I say that the Tekken shop was like a scam as far as I was concerned. It's not miserable when I say Sparking Zero is not punishing rage quitters and it's annoying. You don't have to live in a delusion. You can appreciate a product, but also look at all the bad things. Now, as I said, for all the big releases for fighting games, Mortal Kombat's been the worst one, and it's not even been close. Mortal Kombat has by far been the worst one. It's been the most disastrous. And the community's responded. I mean, all these other games have had dwindling player bases. That's true. We've just covered Sparking Zeros, but none of them have come anywhere close to Mortal Kombat. As a matter of fact, Mortal Kombat 1 has lost to Mortal Kombat 11 multiple times, so there's a serious problem there. Sonic Fox responds saying, bro, what are you talking about? Kombat. Literally everything I've ever seen about you on timeline is maximum dooming about Mortal Kombat, and you're trying to bring your negativity to my post when I'm not here for it. Go about your day, sir. Like, really, how else did you think this was going to end? And what I don't understand is that I always tell people, and I really do mean this, that the comment section is open for you to have discussion. I might clap back at you, but that's what the comment section is for. You post a tweet online, people interact with it, but they don't interact with it the way you like. And so you're not here for it. I was under the impression that when you are talking in a public forum, you're there to sort of listen to everybody. Now, again, there's going to be people you don't like. There's going to be people that you get into bitching matches with. But the point of the tweet is to interact with people. It's not just to talk to people that are blowing smoke up your ass and saying, oh my God, we are so back, which is objectively not true. You're not back. You're dying. You're going to be dead soon. Right? The game's finished. So Sonic Fox apparently went on to block Loose Streets after that, which is so childish. I mean, it says Twitter, but whatever. He says, apparently I hurt Sonic Fox's feelings. Dog blocked me for not agreeing with him. Guess we won't ever get that collab. Oh well. I mean, to be honest with you, why would you even want to collab with Sonic Fox after you've seen the way he talks on Twitter? I mean, what? There's no intelligent conversation to be had there. Yes, he's the best Mortal Kombat player in the world. Yes, he's won multiple championships. Yes, he's very successful. But in terms of having a conversation, Lou, you're not going to gain anything from that. You're better off talking to people like Ninja Killer. You'll probably gain something from that. So Sonic went on to clarify his comments, and he said people are completely misinterpreting this post. Now, the reason he's saying that is because, again, he got major clapback for what he wrote because it was just dumb. But he goes on to clarify, saying crowdfunding for a pro tour is what makes tournaments and finales get like thousands to millions of dollars. They literally did this for Mortal Kombat 10, and they have a chance to do it on a much higher and better scale if done properly. Why would the crowd fund and line your pockets? Ninja Killer's already exposed you and said that you can affect change in this game even during a tournament season, and you're already very good at the game. Why would the crowd fund it? Shouldn't the funding be coming from Warner Brothers and from NRS or their own pockets? Or maybe you pro players can fund it yourselves. Maybe you can all get together and throw a couple $100,000 in there, however much money you guys have got, and the winner takes all. Why would people that feel hard done about a game that they feel ripped off about line your pockets? What does that do for them? Moreover, Mortal Kombat, out of all of the major fighting games, probably has one of the biggest casual player bases. I think it's got a bigger casual player base than Street Fighter and Tekken. Maybe not now because this version of Mortal Kombat is shit. But historically, Mortal Kombat's always had the bigger casual fan base. So what does this do for the casuals other than watching you go up there in your fursuit and get another trophy? What does it do for them? Why would the crowd fund this? This should be coming from a multi-million-dollar company or yourself and your friends that want this. You guys should be doing that. Also, I just want to point out the reason that people did it in Mortal Kombat 10, again, like I said at the beginning of the video, is that Mortal Kombat 10 was a good game. People were happy with the game. People wanted to watch the game. The game was exciting. This game is shit. People are not happy with this shit. People don't want to watch this shit. Therefore, they're not going to give you shit. He then says, which Ed Boon seems completely interested in doing, by the way. And we as a community, there is no community, mate. It's dead, okay? There's no one there. What are we talking about here? There's a Mortal Kombat community. There's a wider Mortal Kombat community, but they're not here for this game, okay? Let's not delude ourselves. And we as a community had an overwhelmingly loud yes in support to it. So yes, I'm very excited to see if they announce it, as it is a chance to get the competitive scene bigger than ever. Bigger than ever. God, I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, this is just disingenuous. It's not going to be bigger than ever. It's just not. There might be a blip on the radar, like there might be a little spike. It will never be bigger than ever. Not for this game. The game is not good enough. If the foundation is there, the community will look after it. For all of the degeneracy that we've spoken about, the Smash Bros community, one thing I can say is that Nintendo basically threw that game under the water. They said, we don't want this game in tournaments. The Smash Bros community said, no, fuck that. We're going to do this ourselves. And since I was a kid, Smash has been doing its own thing because there's genuinely love for the game. Degeneracy aside, okay, let's put that aside for a second and look at what they've done with the game. There's always tournaments for Smash Bros and they do it on their own. People will show up for games that they feel like showed up for them. Even when Nintendo abandoned them, they still showed up because the games are good. Smash Bros is a good series. Despite what's happened with its community, the game itself is solid. They're very fun. Anyone can pick it up and have a good time. They have a level of depth to them as well. There's varying degrees of skill usage or skill requirements per character. And the game is actually, quite complex when you get to higher levels. So there's a lot to do there. That's why they've supported. That's why they've supported Melee, and the most recent one, Ultimate. Mortal Kombat 1 is not going to get that. It's just not. So Ed Boon tweeted out a poll and people voted on it. They got 25,000 votes and it was around doing a pro competition, a season 2. And the idea was to release costumes / shaders to support the prize pools for it. And this was posted back on the 14th of May 2024 and it was overwhelmingly positive. 14th of May 2024, we are now almost in December. The sentiments towards this game have only grown more vicious and more ugly. People are more disappointed in it. People are more angry. And with this recent update that the game might be done, people are not going to show up for it. So posting this poll that was done months ago, quite far removed from today, is not a good indication of where the community is right now. And I am willing to bet you everything in your bank account that if they go forward with crowdfunding, it's not going to go the way MKX's one did. I do find it weird that we all look around and see like the inferno that Mortal Kombat 1 is right now. And then you got basically the figurehead of the community telling people to line his pockets. Because let's face it, Sonic Fox is probably going to end up winning that tournament. He probably will. Or he'll be in line to get some of that prize pool. He'll get a substantial amount of it. I can't remember a time where Sonic Fox didn't place well. So you're essentially lining his pockets for a game that isn't even going to be supported past next year. And even if it was supported past next year, you've waited how long for the game to become somewhat competent? And I'm still seeing people saying that there's glitches left, right, and center. I saw people online saying there needs to be hot fixes before this pro competition because there are glitches all over the place. So why exactly would why would the community do that? What is in it for them? You're probably better off throwing your money at an OnlyFans model. Like, I don't understand why you would throw your money at NRS at this point. It's not even just NRS, it's WB. If the leaker is to be believed and they wanted to continue working on the game, WB did this, right? So the multi-million-dollar company's there. Get the money from them. The people are not going to fund this. This is ridiculous and this is very disconnected. Or if the pro players are so excited and they feel very confident in their abilities, fund it yourselves. Take money out of your own bank accounts. Tell everybody, listen, we all got 10k in our bank accounts. Let's put it together. There's 64 of us. Let's blow this thing up. Winner takes all. Do it yourself. Don't ask the community to fund it. For skins and shaders. Skins and shaders. I think the game needs more than skins and shaders. If he said, hey, we're going to add a conquest mode, you know, we're going to charge a very low amount of it and that will go to the pro competition, I'd be like, okay, well, that's something for casuals to do. Because casuals are going to make up the majority of the crowdfunding, right? There's not many hardcores left on this game. They've all jumped ship. But I do find it weird that like Sonic Fox would block somebody just because they had a disagreement with them. And again, guys, it's not dooming, okay? This is the same conversation I had with somebody about Sparking Zero. They were saying to me, Mike, why have you turned on Sparking Zero? What's going on? I haven't turned on Sparking Zero. I'm just not blind. I like the game. I think it's good. I genuinely like it. I play it every day. Play it with my friends. I go to tournaments for it whenever they've got them here in London. I like it. But the game has problems. Okay, and I would be a liar if I sat here and said, no, everything's fine, everything's hunky-dory. Balancing is fine, the rage quitting situation's fine, some of the glitches in the game, fine, mechanics, all good. Like, that would be a lie. Same with Tekken. Love Tekken. I do like Tekken 8. Tekken 8 has problems, and I talk about them on this channel. So it's not people turning or whatever, and it's not people dooming. It's just, when there's a problem, you talk about it. It's no good living in a bubble. How do you get things to be better? Now, if the Mortal Kombat community want Mortal Kombat to be better, they're really just going to have to, and this is going to sound like kind of messed up to say, but you got to strangle the game. Like, they want crowdfunding. I say don't do it. I would actively encourage people, do not part with your money for a game that did not show up for you. Now, if you think Mortal Kombat 1 did show up for you, if you do think it's a good game, then by all means, throw your bank account at it. But for the majority of us that don't like this game, do not be influenced by someone like Sonic Fox where you're just going to pay for his holiday to Bahamas. Save your money. Let NRS and WB understand that you're not happy with what happened. Maybe WB will give NRS more time to develop the next Mortal Kombat game, although I wouldn't hold your breath given what we've heard recently. I imagine that's probably going to have some sort of trailer within the next 2 years, which is not a good thing. But we'll see what happens. I just wanted to highlight those tweets because, again, he is the figurehead. He can affect change in the game. And just to see the way he put that up and was so disconnected from basically what everybody has been saying was quite laughable to me. But I want to know what you guys think. The comment section will remain open. I will not delete your comments or block you on Twitter if you disagree with me. You know, it's fine to even come at me with some level of hate. I'll just come back at you with it. That's what conversation's like. Not every conversation is going to be pleasant. If you put a tweet up, you should be willing to accept that people might come back and say, hey, you're chatting shit. And that's exactly what Sonic Fox did. And Loose Streets let him know. But let me know what you guys think. I'll catch you guys very soon. Take care and peace.